Hey everyone, Alessandro here again, and today I wanted to just share a bit of my experience throughout my first year of EZP. So, the first year, as you've seen by the title, is the student experience, and it was my first year in Paris. I think that my experience, the story, the suggestion I could tell could be useful for the people that go for the first time in Paris. First of all, speaking about housing, that it's our topic, it was very hard because 2 years ago, EZP housing didn't exist. And I had to basically go on every website, do so many requests, being refused by many landlords, and try to find a student residence. I also had to pay the month of August, so I had to pay 1 month more. My parents went to Paris to see it. It was a big mess. You can skip all this pain by just going on ezphousing.eu and finding your perfect apartment on our website. Usually the landlords are very student friendly, EZP friendly, and they know what you want, what you care about. And I think it's very useful. It could have been very useful if the platform existed 2 years ago and I could have used that. It would be very nice. But now you have it, and I think in the coming years we will add many more apartments also, and maybe more affordable prices, because we can see that some of them are maybe too much expensive, and maybe we have to see all the different type of expensive, medium, and also not that expensive, for all the different type of requests and people that want different prices. So skipping the first part, so housing was very challenging to find. I went to Clay. I'm sure many people know it. And it was very nice actually, because there were about 50 students of EZP going there. It was a bit outside of Paris, so it was just one bridge outside of Paris. And it was actually very nice. It was a bit far, but we stayed a lot. And I think it's very important also to, especially if it's your first year, to stay with the people that are going to your school. So knowing all different type of people. It was my first year going out of my home city of Turin, and it was very nice. My first suggestion is to go out and talk to people, even though you don't know them, or if they seem they don't want to talk to you. Everyone has a story. Everyone almost everyone is interested, especially in the first year, of knowing people, of getting along, of networking, of discovering your classmates. So you just can say, oh, I'm in class 21, what class are you? And then you start talking. I think the thing I did very good was the first days to speak to so many people. And don't have prejudge. Like, don't see a person dressed that way, or that, like, don't have, just go to everyone that seems interesting or that you find or you cross paths. Just be nice and just have a positive attitude of speaking to people. So this is especially the first year, because after the first year groups are created, and it's a bit harder also during the year. So especially at the start, try to be open, try to be the person that goes up to the people, that talk to them, that present itself. So it's very useful. I think for me it was very nice to meet a lot of brilliant people that eventually became my friends, and eventually will build a relationship for the future. Friendship that can keep for a lifetime also, and could be also useful for creating your startup together or your business together. So you never know who's on the other part of the table. So that's my first big suggestion. Second big suggestion is to go out in Paris. Paris is beautiful. You just take the bike. You can take rental bikes. You can take the Dot. You can just Dot or the Uber one, and just go out there. Be very careful, because some bike riders are really crazy, and also the cars sometimes. So just be mindful about your surroundings, because Paris is a very big city, and you really want to be careful sometimes, especially in some area. Especially when people go off to work. So at like 5-6 p.m. if you're with the bikes and you are in really populated areas, then it could be kind of dangerous. Near Montmartre, I had an experience that was a bit dangerous. I fell one time near Louvre, because the bike lanes have like some some little brick walls that are like this high up, and sometimes you don't see them and you go over them, you fall. It could be really, really dangerous. So if you take a bike, that's my good suggestion. Just go around the Louvre area, just take Champs-Élysées, and just go in the opera area and just go randomly. So if you really like also Asian restaurants, you like restaurants in general, that area between the Louvre and the opera is full with restaurants, full, super nice. And also there are so many places I could stay here and do a 50-minute video about Paris, about where to go. But especially the area that I just said, for me, was the nicest one. And of course, the area near the Arc de Triomphe, it's magic. It's next to school. You can just walk 15 minutes and you're there. And you could just, my suggestion, my second big suggestion, to just explore, to just, again, be curious. Paris is a big city, so you, again, have to be mindful. In some areas could be dangerous, especially at night. But just go, just if there is a sun, go look for Paris. You're just there for not even a year. Maybe you're a master year, 4 months. But if you're 8 months, I stayed maybe a bit too much the first part at home, doing my stuff or nothing much. And that was a pity because at the end I was almost out every day before exams, still worth the sun. I just go because I know that the experiences, the sunsets, the beautiful buildings, those experiences actually are what matters. And a lot of people maybe just were not curious, were maybe a bit lazy to go out and to find the city, and I was too at some point. So my big suggestion is to just go out. I think in every city, but especially in Paris, I think Paris is the most beautiful city in the world. And so just go out there and don't be scared, but just be mindful always of your surroundings. And then, yeah, I mean, maybe we could do a video, we will do a video maybe of someone from Paris with the specific areas, and maybe we'll create for every city a document with the best places that you could go. So very specific. Here I'm trying to be a bit general suggestions. And again, a lot of people, this is more of a school suggestion for about the university. It's for Italian school, it's very weird that the classes, you have to attend the classes, so attendance is mandatory. A lot of people try to skip or use the QR code of someone else. I don't know if I can say that so much, but the school also knows that a lot of people skip and try to evade the system and everything. My suggestion, I didn't skip or never. I mean, if I didn't go, it was for some reasons, and I never used all my absences. But just go. Don't worry. Just go and pay attention there. I know it sounds cliche, but you don't have many classes, okay? It's not a university that has classes from 8 a.m., from 8 p.m. I had it this year in Turin, but like, you don't have that many hours in classes. So just go, try to study there, do as much as you can there. You can have fun with your classmates and everything. Sometimes you can laugh, but just be very concentrated when you're there. Take your notes, even if you think it's easy. For me, math the first year, I think it was easy, and it was, but like, everyone has their own privilege, the things that they can do very good. But just go there. Don't think that you know everything. Don't think that you don't need it, because I saw so many people that at the end were just studying all day for like 2 weeks before the exam, and they were miserable. It was horrible, and they will maybe not get that much higher of a grade than me, that I always listened, and I did great for that period of time. And before the exam, I didn't maybe study that much more than the others, and it went right. So just be very, 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 very attentive to the classrooms, to the classes, to the professor. Also, another suggestion, to build maybe a relation with the professor. With some professor, you can stay there, you can talk to them, not to just to get a higher grade, but just also to know your professor, to know who is the person that is speaking to you, what's their story, what happened. I remember the law professor was super nice. I think Andrew was his name, and he also went to a football tournament. I injured my foot, and he went out of the facility bought some like flip-flops for me because I couldn't put in my shoe, and gave it to me. So that was actually one of the nicest gestures that a person did for me, and it was from a professor. So be sure to respect your professors, also get to know them, because they are most of the time fantastic people that have great stories and have great careers, and they now want to teach you a part of what they know, a part to share their knowledge. So that's also one of my, I would say, biggest suggestions. And yeah, that's it. I mean, again, SAP is a fantastic school. It gives you a lot of tools, a lot of things. It's not that difficult to pass. It's not that difficult to get good grades. And so a lot of people slack off, like they just get the minimum grade and move on, and they already have a job secure from their father. I don't know. But I think my suggestion to everyone that's watching this video, try always to do your best. If you're lucky enough to do and attend this school, because we are very lucky if we can attend this school, just use this experience as best as you can. Don't just be lazy. Don't think that you're better. Don't think that you know. Just, this is the same for every year. And the people that will create opportunities, that will try to find it, that will go out of their way to talk with people, to meet new people, and to nurture the good friendships and relationship with other people that they meet in SAP, are the ones that are eventually going to do great also in life after university. And I'm sure of that. And I met some that were like this, and they are crushing it, and they will crush in the next years. Yes, that's a bit of my it's not usually maybe on housing, it's a bit more suggestion for Paris, but also for the classes, also a little bit of a mentality that you need to go into school. That's of course my personal and own opinion, so just don't do it because I say it, but I say because of my experience of other people, and what actually worked, and how I'm enjoying this years being serious and studying, and do the things I have to do very right, I mean, as best as I can. So I hope this was useful and could be useful for some people. And yeah, I think maybe some B1s could use this video for my experience to try to follow the suggestions and to crush their year and to live the city, because it's a beautiful experience. So I think that's my own two pieces, and I think you could implement this suggestion to your own style. And yeah, I'm yapping too much as always, and I wish you a very good morning, evening, good night, and I'll see you in the next video.